Hello, this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com. Today we're going to do our shaky cam interior review inside a 2019 Nissan Frontier. This is the Pro 4X package. This is it has a couple of extras, but for the most part it's stock Pro 4X. The Nissan Frontier is the oldest pickup truck currently on the market in terms of when it was last updated, but it's still a really fun, capable little truck. Just do a really quick gloss over because I believe I did interior review in one of these maybe 2 years ago, and really not a whole lot has changed. Gauge cluster is the same, steering wheel stuff is the same, so we'll just kind of quickly go through this instead of taking our time like we usually do. So you have your windows here, and you can see door locks there, window lock over there. Over here is a door handle, down there is the mirrors. Right there you see hill descent, and there you see cargo lamp. When it's in the middle like that, the cargo lamp is automatic. So when you lock or unlock the doors, when those sorts of things, then the lamp comes on its own. You can turn it off and you can turn it on manually as well. Down there, probably just out of vision, is the hood release right down there. Then we'll do the steering wheel first, and then I'll look at the controls around it. Over here you have your telematics, volume control. This skips tracks and or changes stations. This is how you choose the mode, all controlling infotainment. Over here is your cruise control stuff. Pretty straightforward. Nothing special here. It's just regular everyday cruise control. You turn it on here, set, reset, etc. up there. Dongles right here. You have your windshield washer wipers over there. And you have your signal turns and lighting controls over here. Mostly just been leaving it on auto, but you can manually turn them on and off. And then over here you turn this right there for fog lamps. I really like this instrument gauge. It's easy to see. Everything is right in front of you, very fast. There is nothing fancy. There's no driver information screen, any of that stuff. But you can see I'm getting close to out of fuel again, below the quarter tank mark. Really drove this truck a lot. You can see I put about 328 miles on it. Most of those highway miles, but a lot of in-town driving as well. I did have it under a light load, less than 1,000 pounds. Other than that, I haven't done any other sort of work with this truck. But I have driven it in four-wheel drive a lot because we have had a lot of winter weather. So you can see battery there, speed there, tach there, oil temperature there, water temperature over there, and that's your four-wheel drive. So let me push in the brake. If I put it on 4 high, they turn on like that. Put it on 4 low, same thing. Turn it off, goes away. The middle part's telling you that the transfer case is engaged. You can also lock the rear axle. I'll show you where that button is in a minute. Other than that, there you go. This is a keyed. As far as I know, you cannot get keyless for the, so you can't get just, push button start for the Frontier right now. This is the infotainment. It's about as good as it gets in this. The Frontier is still using the old school. So there you go. I just did a video that probably will post before this one explaining how to change the clock on this. It's pretty obvious process, but turns out there are a lot of people who have asked about that on Quora, and so I thought, hey, why not just do a video? So you can see this has the Rockford Fosgate sound system in it, which is really good in this truck, honestly. There's a subwoofer underneath the rear seat, a few other things. Sounds really good. And hard controls along the sides, pretty straightforward. There's not a whole lot to talk about on those. Everything is fairly obvious. That activates the rear camera, navigation or map. So right now it's in map mode. Apps are up here. They're pretty limited. There's not a whole lot of them. Over here is the tuning. Over here's the volume. So jumping to apps really quick, just show you what's on the screen. That's what you've got. I will say the Sirius XM traffic works pretty well. We were in Colorado with this, and there was some sort of wreck or something on the freeway. It let us know, and it rerouted as soon as at the hit of a button. Really cool. Saved us about 10 minutes. Down here, this is the climate controls. I've turned everything off so we don't have anything blowing on the microphone, but it's pretty clear about what's going on. There are a couple of things you should know though. So this is the defrost, like you would expect. Defrost is the front windshield, and the side windows through side vents, which are right there. Does a pretty decent job of it. This, you might think it's the rear window defrost, but it's not. It's actually the side mirror defrost. There is no rear window defrost in this truck. Bit of a downer, I will say, because the rear window in this likes to fog and frost up like that. But fastest way to get rid of that is vent one of the side windows or the sunroof in this. That's all I can say. Down here we have, here's a 4-wheel drive control. That's the switch I was using before. You just turn it. This is bun warmers, traction control. This is the parking off, so you want to turn that off if you have a trailer hooked up or something. Differential lock right there. Right there. Let me get my thumb out of the way. And the other bun warmers for the other side. Here's your plugs. Got a 12 volt down there. USB and aux right there. This is kind of a stash spot, but it's hard plastic, so things slide around a lot. So cheap sunglasses are okay. Your maybe your phone is okay. That's about it. This is a spot where a phone should fit, but modern phones will not. It's too fat. So now it just becomes kind of like a spare change dump bin, and it's about as good as it gets. This is the automatic transmission. You can get a manual in this. I don't know that you can get it in the Pro 4X package, however. I do believe you're stuck with this, but I would have to check that. I don't remember if the manual is available at all with the V6 engine. Again, I would have to look that up. You'll see that across the bottom one way or the other. I will note that downhill control, so not hill descent control, but just going downhill on, you know, a pretty good grade, like a 4, maybe 5% down a hill on the road, you know, at some sort of speed. These gears, if you can see them, there you go. Second gear does a really good job of holding you at right around 30 miles an hour most of the time. So that's a good gear to use if you're going downhill at about that speed. Use third gear to go a little bit faster than that. Depending on the grade, of course, but useful to know. There you go, manual shifting. Here's your drink holders. These rubber things come out. So if you need a massive, huge, big gulp, I want a heart attack size, there you go, that'll work. Handbrake, useful in a truck. And just the interior. This is the kind of faux leather, leatherette stuff. Really pretty. I'm bored with the black. Not a lot of texture in here, lots of hard plastic. But still, this is a utilitarian truck. This truck is not known for being, you know, mega comfortable or luxurious or anything like that. This is a utilitarian little truck. So that's what you have to understand with the Nissan. Back seat in the crew cab is a decent size. You can put adults back there, and they can sit back there. They might be a little squeezed in the knees, but not terrible. The doors are smaller than you might expect, but again, this is a small truck. It is not a big truck. So that's about all I've got. This is the Nissan Frontier Pro 4X package, 2019 model year. Really hasn't changed, well, since probably 2000, I want to say 2001 was the last time this had an update. It might have been 2000, might have been 2002, but it's right in that range. Anyway, there you go. 2019 Nissan Frontier Pro 4X. This has been Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com. And I'll talk to you again soon.